Hello and welcome to Feel Good Friday, your weekly dose of positivity right here on our Facebook and YouTube channels. It's been a tough week. I feel like I've said that a lot in 2020, but it really has been a tough week. And we're trying our best to spotlight the positive and take a break just for a second, not to ignore what's happening in our country, but to acknowledge the good that's happening in our community. So this week, we're spotlighting Regional One Health, specifically the One Health program, supported by many of the employees over at Regional One Health, but financially by the Regional One Health Foundation. Back in January, we started a documentary that was intended to play at this year's gala, the gala that got canceled like every other event in 2020. But we want to make sure we still spotlight this story, and just this week it came out and they shared it with the public. It's the story of the One Health program that works very intentionally to combat complex care issues in our community. When it comes to healthcare, typically the reason why you walk through the door isn't the only reason why you're experiencing some kind of healthcare concern or issue. A lot of those issues are connected to bigger issues happening in our community, many of which we spotlight the work being done at nonprofit partners across the city. This is a piece about the impact of their work on specific clients who've come through the door, patients who are part of their program, and those on the ground doing the work. So take a look.
Just for a moment, imagine that you get really sick one day, you end up in the hospital. You know, that leads to you being unable to work, to be able to pay your rent, to be able to keep your insurance.
And I woke up at the hospital on life support.
I had gout and arthritis so bad in my knees and my ankles. I couldn't even walk.
When I did wake up, I found that my 6-year-old brother was dead and my 12-year-old sister was dead.
She said, I'm homeless, I don't have anywhere to go.
I wasn't know what I was gonna do. Kept on going to the emergency room. I didn't even know that my kidney was in such bad shape.
And so One Health was created to provide a program that could address people with complex health and social needs.
Complex care issues go beyond the hospital, and so a lot of the times the patients do present with life issues. So you may go up and visit a patient and think they need help with their diabetes or their blood pressure, where I'm looking at it from a lens of a social lens to say, do they have a refrigerator to put their insulin? Do they have food at home? But if you don't ask those questions, then you never know what's wrong or what's really going on with a patient. When we work with patients initially, we always try to figure out what is really going on with them. What do they want to work on? What matters most to the patient?
So as we identify someone who's been a frequent utilizer, we reach out to that person, make contact, and really work on forming authentic relationships.
And so it's about the relationship. And when you are an independent, healthy adult with normal, everyday activity, you don't even think in your mind, I don't have a family that I can even call my mom, or I don't even have any of these things that are roadblocks to everyday people. Like with Aria, she has respiratory issues, but she didn't have the resources or the transportation to get to where she needed to go. So that's how we start providing the Uber transportations for her to make sure that, she was able to get to the hospital. So that's what I'm saying, just right. By her enrolling in the program, we was able to help her pay for her medications.
I had no insurance. I couldn't go to no doctors. I went too long without taking my blood pressure medicine, and it damaged my kidneys.
Our teams of nurses and social workers work side by side to help connect people with services that they need that influence their health.
So you start individually and see what are the issues with the patients, and then working on to the community within the hospital. And then eventually you're saying, okay, who does this really well? Who can I partner with to get food? Who can we partner with to get transportation services? And so it's the power of the partnership.
So in my mind, okay, she's homeless. We have connections with Community Alliance. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a housing application on her. I said, it won't be an overnight process, but I said, just hang in there. Promise you, I'm gonna find you something.
Brand new.
I'm so proud of you. No, I'm so proud of you.
I'm excited. I don't have to worry about people putting me out. I just got a place I can call home.
I have never seen one hospital that has come together and just help people, you know, the way they did.
This is a very labor-intensive program because you have to meet people where they are. You have to move at a speed where you can build trust and build relationships.
You really have to see what the could be is for them, or the ideal situation.
I'm able to walk. Well, I'm able to go back to work. These people right here really care for you.
We have just touched the tip of the iceberg. There is such need in Memphis and Shelby County. There's not a health plan anywhere that pays for this type of program. We have the teams, the talent, but our job is to find all of those in need and really create a healthier Memphis.
I don't know about you, but that certainly makes me want to support their work. You can do that in the link in the comments section we're posting right now. The really amazing part about this is that Regional One, like all hospitals and medical providers or healthcare providers, they have continued to work through this pandemic and found ways to do so safely. And they continue to see patients. They went through a very high season in the summer, which is always busy, and then you add COVID-19 on top of that, and they've been working around the clock to serve the needs of this community. The One Health program has continued to do so, and they continue to see that the folks who've come through their doors and have had various needs met are doing well, and in fact, a very small number of them have contracted COVID-19. The rest continue to see primary care doctors, have been connected with places to live, so in some cases jobs or any assistance they need. So they're doing more than just having a patient come through the door, putting a Band-Aid on and saying, come back when you need us again. They're building relationships and truly transforming lives. It's incredible work happening right there at Regional One Health. That does it this week for Feel Good Friday. Just want to encourage you to take time to see the good around you, even though that's getting more and more difficult as we navigate through this year. And take some time to rest this weekend. Rest is all the more important as we continue to get through this year. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.